Hello and welcome to the Warriors of the Promised Land weapon construction tutorial. Today, a level 3 sword. We'll be using a new core, fiberglass rods. You can get them from electric fence poles, but I recommend the driveway markers like you'd find at Home Depot. Keep the rubber tips on as an extra safety measure for the tip. Now, tape them with duct tape tightly together along the length and also on the top and the bottom parts. Feel free to be liberal with your duct tape as it increases the thickness of the core. Now we're going to be using the blue Walmart camp pad, 1/2 inch thick, but also the Wenzel camp pad, which is 3/8 inch thick. You can get it at sporting goods stores. We're going to need 2-inch wide strips, 2 of them, of the blue pad and 4 1-inch wide strips of the Wenzel pad. Now we'll be using contact cement and put it all together. As a reminder, we put the contact cement both on the pad and around the fiberglass rod core. Wait till it dries, then stick them together. Now we'll be building up the padding around the core the same way we did with the level 2 sword. It's important that we use the 3/8 inch thick camp pad for this middle section as it gets us to the right height. If we use the blue camp pad for the middle, it would make the layers too tall and it would not fit snugly around our core. And let me re-emphasize that. As you are putting on the layers of foam, the black foam on either side of the core, make it as snug as possible. That will give your sword the greatest strength. You should be putting contact cement on the wide surfaces as well as the edges that will go up against the fiberglass core, which should have contact cement all along its length. Now we've talked about this before in the level 2 sword. Some people prefer just to have 2 layers of the striking surface. I like to have 3. So, again, we're taking a 2-inch thick length, as long as you need for your blade, and bring it around the whole surface and make sure it's tightly adhered. Now it's time to counterbalance our sword. We're going to use 5/16 washers and 2 large craft sticks. We'll create a platform using the craft sticks, and then just enough space at the end for a group of zinc washers. Duct tape the whole thing tightly together. grab a dozen or so more washers, whatever your preference is, put them tightly in the duct tape and wrap the whole thing as tight as you can around the end. We'll reinforce it later with some camp pad. Now let's make a crossguard for our sword. I've cut some lengths of 2-inch wide blue camp pad, and as you can see, made a hole right in the middle so it fits over the core. I've also beveled the bottom of the blade so that when we put the crossguard pieces on, it will look like that. I've cut 3 pieces, the same size with the hole in the same place and a slit to slide over the core. And I've put contact cement on both the bottom of the blade as well as on the top and bottom of each of my quilling pieces. And now all I have to do is glue them together. You might notice that the slits that I cut so that I could put the crossguard pieces over the core, I've staggered those. So, one piece the slit is up, the other piece the slit is down. It's not vitally important, but it helps to keep things strong. Now, doesn't that look cool? Time for the pommel. We will be building the pommel the same way we did with the level 2 sword. A 3-inch wide piece of camp pad, glue it around, make sure to bevel the outside edge so that it fits together nicely, and then trim the excess. We will be finishing this pommel a little bit differently, however. For now, go ahead and put a piece of duct tape around it, put a cap on, duct tape it again, and let's wrap the handle now. We're going to use double-sided duct tape or carpet tape. We'll take a piece and put it on, wrap it around both the top and bottom so we've completely covered the handle of our sword. Then take a piece of nylon rope or cotton rope, whatever you like, and wrap the handle. Make sure you wrap it very tightly, and then after you're done, use some duct tape to seal off the end of your wrapping job, and also use it to combine the handle with the bottom of the pommel. I know the tape looks messy now, but we're going to cover over it, so don't worry. This is open-celled foam used for insulating around an air conditioner. You can get it quite cheaply at home improvement stores. It's an excellent source for firm open-celled foam. We're going to use this to finish off the tip of our pommel. We're going to slice a little opening to help it fit over the top of the pommel, and then we're going to carefully tape it in place. While you tape it, don't push down too hard on the foam. Make sure you've still got some good cushion while securing it in place. Now that looks pretty good to me, but I'd like to do one more thing before we're done. Take one more strip of closed cell foam and wrap it over the top. Then cover the whole pommel with duct tape. Well, there you go. It looks good. Now we're going to finish up the rest of the sword with duct tape. We're going to start by taping the crossguard with black duct tape, making sure to secure it to the blade, and then cover the blade with silver duct tape. I made it a little bit decorative, and wrap the handle with hockey tape, and don't forget to have fun!